You know, it'd be funnier if you poop dollared every.
Oh, here we go. Here's a strategy. Here's a strategy that I can get behind. We got to be poop dollaring the people
But poop
dollar the rich.
Poop dollaring their wives is like kind of funnier than poop dollaring them because you know they would.
Wow,
get
Ben
involved.
loves misogyny.
Well,
Oh my god, wait, poop dolling them is a great idea.
so funny,
I'm gonna poop dollar.
especially
every fucking
because
FIFA executive.
dollars are so important to them.
Exactly.
They love it.
You know they're going for the dollar.
Yeah,
They're going to get
Listen,
poop all over that.
FIFA ruined my life, and
Okay.
here's how I'm gonna elaborate.
Sure.
I
We're back
can't
to-
wait. To
we're
hear
back to
about
FIFA.
it. I didn't even know you knew about FIFA.
Oh, Mama, I know what's going on. I clock the T always.
Okay,
Oh, sure,
There's no
okay.
T in FIFA, but go on.
But there are 2 Fs.
And what do they
And
stand
that
for?
is the grade that I give them as an
Oh.
organization.
Oh,
Here we go.
But that double F.
Okay, tell us about FIFA. Jeff.
Okay.
Just to be clear, you, her, and me. Me too. Justin?
I mean, it's a little bit about penetration. Jeff. And welcome to Bants.
And Jeff, we're joined by 2 very special guests today. We love to have you on the pod.
Ben.
Welcome.
It's an honor. Hi guys, how
And
are
for-
you?
We're doing great.
We're doing so much better than we were previous to this time.
Yeah, I also realized that I asked that as if we haven't been spending many hours together. before
You're doing
this
the thing that
recording.
Jeff hates, which is acting
Fraudulent
acting
activity
for
on the
for the
pod.
listeners.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Really, what did they call it? Toeing the line?
Mm.
Phoning it in. That's the one.
Ben, we're happy to have you no matter what analogy we're using here. And for the first time, we actually have producer Brandy on the decks. Brandy, say hi.
Hello.
She's on the decks. She's following the levels. She's making sure we sound good.
Doing
So
the 1s and 2s. That's what you said?
she's on the 1s and 2s.
On
yeah,
the 1s and 2s.
that's right.
What
Shout
does
out
that
brands.
mean, though?
Oh, you're talking to a DJ over here. Okay, when you're DJing, there are 2 decks.
Oh, got it.
Deck
Okay.
1 and deck 2.
Got it.
So when you're on the 1s and 2s, you're behind the decks.
Thank you.
Happy to educate. Happy to educate as always.
You love to educate.
It's kind of my thing.
One could say that. But should one?
Jeff, would you say that you had a bit of an odyssey on your trek to
well,
DC?
I surely did.
Mm-hmm.
I did my normal ADHD thing of thinking I can do a lot more stuff than I could in the morning. I did a lot last night. I went to bed at 1 o'clock. I said, I have to get up in 5 hours and 55 minutes. And that is really tough. But I did go right to bed. I was honk shoe. Then my alarm came up. And then I fell back asleep for 2 minutes. And then my second alarm came up because I have to be prepared. Got my ass down to the train station as the train was pulling into the station. And in Ratchet, New London, we don't have an overpass to get to the other side of the track.
Oof.
So once there's a train there, you can't get over the rail.
Yep.
So I watched my train come in, and then I watched it leave without me on it.
And like Odysseus, you overcame that obstacle.
Mama, nothing would stop me from getting to DC. Okay.
To find your way to this swamp that we find ourselves in.
By the way, this is exactly the weather I think of when I'm like, I could never live here. Because this every day, that's hell on earth.
You know, it is a little miserable, but for me, like nothing could make me hate summer.
And for me, this could make me hate summer.
I feel about summer the way that I feel about Doja Cat.
Okay.
I'm like, the Gen Zs can try to cancel her, but it's just never going to work for me. I'm
Wow.
all in all the time.
You famously feel the same way about the dream. Oop.
And about Pink. But we'll talk
Who's
about
trying
that
to
another
cancel
time.
Pink?
Who is trying to cancel Pink?
Pink's like unproblematic fave, I feel like.
Not your unproblematic fave, sis.
Not that anyone asked, but I have a little update to share,
Okay, I'd love
sure.
to know.
Share an update.
I
which is a
love to
two-parter.
Okay.
So hold on to your hats, as it were.
Holding on.
The first is that I feel that I'm entering my tequila era.
Oh, hell yeah.
Party time.
I went to my friend's parents' place for an absolutely
It's okay.
crazy party the other weekend.
Yeah.
That involved a mariachi band, a birthday cake, and lots of tequila shots.
Tres leches?
It was not tres leches.
Flan.
It was an Oreo cake
Okay.
Oh.
Well,
that was made by another attendee of the party.
that's
But
fine.
there was a mariachi band,
Love
and
that.
there were a lot of tequila shots. And when I was in my youth, I had an aversion to tequila. I was like, I just can't do it.
Yeah.
The cheap tequila, it makes me want to vomit.
Uh,
Tequila makes the vom come out.
yeah.
You know?
It's just like they sang about.
But it turns out when you have that Patron and you have all the accoutrement,
Oh, no.
Not Patron.
We're about to have some disagreements.
Not about Patron.
Patron's bad. It's
Well-
expensive, but bad.
it was going down easy. What is your tequila of choice?
Oof.
Espolón.
Espolón. Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe I need to try a chilled
Espolón
Espolón.
Blanco.
If you're going silver, yeah.
This one, they had the accoutrement, the salt, the lime. I was really feeling it. It was easy. It was like
Yeah.
water to me. I was like, I could do this all night. And I did,
Slurp, slop.
in fact, do it. My last tequila shot was at 3:30
Oh, no.
a.m.
That's college stuff.
That is so crazy.
And how'd you feel the next morning?
Not good.
Yeah, I bet not.
And not good leads me to my
Part 2.
part 2,
Okay.
which is that I am kind of off ice cream.
This is really not good.
These are my big updates.
Why are you off ice cream?
I feel that the enjoyment of it, to me, is not worth how I feel after I eat it. Which is that, honestly, within like 2 bites, I'm just feeling not good.
And for me, I feel the opposite of that. I like feeling fat and happy and like I ate too much. And I also love that feeling of being so cold in your tummy
It doesn't get there for me. It just,
because you don't eat enough.
maybe, and it just turns into instant gas.
Mom, we gotta
It's just
binge.
gas everywhere.
You
Coming
gotta
out
binge
of
the
all
BJs.
orifices.
What about
Yeah.
lactate?
Brandy's asking about lactate.
What about it?
You see, here's the thing, is that I don't, and I know that this is a personal thing,
Oh.
and a lot of people disagree.
We might get woo woo.
I don't even enjoy the act of eating ice cream enough to warrant taking any supplements to help me with it. Like, I'm like, this is fine, but I would rather have a cookie.
Do you have a problem with other dairy?
No,
Do you have a problem with fun and joy?
Are you a sociopath?
definitely not. Maybe. It's
This
just
is wild
not
to me.
I know, but it's just not my thing.
Okay, if you were told you have to have ice cream this evening, what format would you have it in?
It would be a cup.
Okay.
It would be 3 bites,
Okay.
and it would be a chocolate base
Okay.
with probably some sort of peanut butter component. That's
Wow.
what I've always enjoyed.
So it's elaborate, very decadent,
Yeah,
maybe a little too sweet.
maybe.
That could be it. I like sweets, but I have like trashy sweet taste. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like a Sour Patch Kid or a gummy worm.
Love Sour Patch Kids.
Like savory is maybe even the wrong word, but like chocolate and like
any now.
Let's say you had to choose between
I'm not
eating.
kidding.
we
Do
do
you want
not
me
we
to DoorDash something?
we do not have any gummies in the apartment at the
No.
moment.
Should I DoorDash?
But if you had to
But thank
choose
you.
like ice cream
Mhm.
versus cookies
hmm
for what you could eat for
You
the
want
rest
the
of your life,
cookies
I would choose a cookie.
I would
Really?
definitely choose a cookie.
Yeah,
for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
like
you,
if that's the only dessert we could eat, or just in general.
just if you had to choose between the two.
Yeah, I think
All
I would-
other desserts are on the table, but you either have to say, I will never
Oh,
have ice
either
cream
or.
for the rest of my life, or I will never have cookies for the rest of my life. Which one would you pick?
Yeah, I think I'm with you, Ben, but I do understand that that's a hot take.
I think I'm picking ice cream. I just really love it. I love so many different flavors.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I think that I'm mostly eating ice cream as like a social event. You know, like we're going to get ice cream.
social.
And that's nice and that's fun. I love
We
the
grew up
social
in the
aspect
age of
it.
ice cream socials. By
And
the way.
are you eating all of it?
Well, I
It
am.
depends.
Oh,
But
okay.
It depends on what size you get.
if you hand me food, I will eat.
I
all
got
of
a large Butterfinger Blizzard last summer, and I was like, I can't fucking wait to eat this shit. I only made it halfway through,
Girl.
and that's me.
The large is fully
It's
a
huge.
handle of ice cream.
It's literally so much. I was
it.
shocked.
I don't think I've ever gotten a large blizzard.
Right, because it's fucking enormous,
and that's why you're still alive.
and that's why you're so skinty.
Hey, okay, guys, what do you say we get into some hot topics? Should we get into some hot topics?
Let's.
Okay, first one, y'all. Please tell me you've seen this trailer for the film Digger. This is a new film.
What'd you call me?
How dare you? This is a new film from Alejandro Inarritu, the director of The Revenant and Birdman. It stars Tom Cruise. There's a lot of good actors in the supporting cast, including Sandra Hüller, Riz Ahmed, John Goodman, Emma D'Arcy of Hot D fame. We love Hot D here. The premise here is that Cruise is an industry magnate who must take action to stop a global crisis he has accidentally caused. Have you seen this trailer?
Yes.
Sure have.
Ben, thoughts?
Okay. I was unaware that there was I guess you couldn't call it like a full length trailer, but the one that I saw in the theaters was the one that had a bunch of snippets of Tom Cruise performances and then like 15 seconds of Digger at the end.
Oh, that's a great pull because I also saw that trailer and it is so clear that they're pulling super hard for a Cruise Oscar campaign.
Yeah.
Right.
He just won his honorary Oscar, I believe. He's never won like a real quote unquote Oscar. And this feels
competitive Oscar.
Yes, a competitive Oscar. And this really feels like WB is pulling out all the stops for Cruise.
They said it's his year.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because if the trailer is any indication, we're getting more of like a Tropic Thunder Tom Cruise performance.
It's so interesting
than like a Few Good Men Tom Cruise performance.
Absolutely.
You know?
I've never seen A Few Good Men.
Oh, you have to watch it.
But I've had them.
Hey. Jeff, you're on fire today.
What is your ratio of good men to bad men, though?
Well, let's not talk about that.
A few might be
I would say
accurate.
a few. Just a few. Just a few. Okay.
That was too good. Okay. The makeup, prosthetics, wild. We got to talk about John Goodman. I'm very excited to see him in things again. I've missed him. I think he is a great comedic actor.
He seems to be playing the president in this film.
He sure does. And he also seems like he might be close to death.
Which, can't relate.
In the film.
Yeah.
Also, let's talk about this. The puppet cat.
Insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely nuts.
How does this
with a weird humanish mouth.
How does it land in terms of like funny versus like this is just bad to you guys?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering, but that makes me want to go see it.
I think it's like 40-60.
40 funny, 60 bad.
Yeah, I could see that.
Also, isn't this having a cat thing kind of tired?
Right.
Like, if you're really trying to do something, wouldn't he have a pet ferret or something more interesting,
Yeah.
They put so much screen time in that trailer on the cat that it makes me worry. Like that, like the presence of the cat itself is not necessarily bad, but the fact that it took up so much screen time.
He's like rinsing it in the sink.
Yeah, it's like, is this supposed to be funny? Like, I know that it's supposed to be a little bit gross out, but it just feels weird. Also, after our conversation about pet owners on Beef,
right,
really making me feel bad to be a pet owner in this moment. You know, I don't want to be Tom Cruise and Digger type vibes.
Definitely not.
One of my toxic traits, other than supporting Doja Cat no matter what, is that I truly feel that Tom Cruise is like a pull for me. Like, I think that he is extraordinarily talented as an actor. I think that there have been a lot of performances that are
He's doing a
groundbreaking.
very good job. Yeah.
And so when I see him,
he's doing a Timmy C, right? Like,
for lack of a better word, camping it up in this way, it does kind of pull me in, even though the story is not.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a bad movie, but I think it will be interesting.
A good campaign.
A lot of people will watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, this is also giving me. Do you remember when Sam Rockwell did W? He did the movie where he was portraying George Bush.
Yeah.
The second W. Jenna's dad.
Otherwise known as
best known as Jenna's dad.
I mean, honestly,
in the history books,
how father of Jenna Bush Hager. That's how I remember him.
I do think that like the kind of W aspect of this goes against type for Cruise. Like even in his most like recent films, like the Mission Impossible films, he's still doing like kind of cosplaying as sexy. Do you know what I mean? Even though he's
Mhm.
like in his 60s, he's got to be in his 60s now, right?
Yeah.
I think like there's a bit of like a Leonardo DiCaprio uglying himself up for The Revenant type of vibe to this, where it's like people will see it and be like, wow,
What a performance.
what a performance that he's
transformation.
looking ugly.
How brave.
You know, exactly. And the Oscars love that shit,
They
which is I think
love the
why
bravery.
they're playing into this whole like, look at all this other stuff that Cruise has done. We should
Yeah.
award him.
Of course.
It's a career award, you know?
Career award.
I actually kind of like Inarritu. I feel like I liked Birdman. I liked The Revenant. He's not
Yeah.
like one of my favorite directors.
Birdman was the long takes, right?
Yeah, that was like a lot of oneers in that
With
one.
what's that guy's name? I always forget his name.
Michael Keaton?
Oh, yes, that is who starred in Birdman. But I was thinking of the wrong movie. I was thinking of that movie with Miles Teller, the drummer.
Oh, Whiplash. That is not.
Whiplash. What's that
Inarritu.
guy's name though?
Fuck, it's La La Land.
Yeah.
It's
J.K.
That's J.K. Simmons. That's the
J.K.
actor.
Simmons.
You're thinking of the actor,
Correct.
not the director.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We
You're
got there.
following.
We got there. So overall, hype level on a scale of 1 to 10, Geoff.
Well, I don't want to do this. I just want to say I want to see the film, but I don't think it's going to be good.
Unscorable. Okay.
I think mine is like a 6.
Okay.
I'm interested,
Yeah.
but if I could see it on a discount day, that's when I would be most
It's a
interested.
matinee.
You know?
This is a matinee movie.
I'm taking a deep sigh. I'm going like, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a 6 for you.
We've got to
Yeah,
see
sure.
it for the zeitgeist, you know?
Yeah.
It feels like an important movie. It certainly will be in the conversation.
It will be in the conversation.
And I gotta say, I loved seeing Riz Ahmed there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I feel
Love
like underrated
Riz.
actor in general.
Cute.
And Emma Darcy.
Emma Darcy,
Emma Darcy.
who we love. Can we say?
Hooler.
Oh, Sandra Hüller. I mean, like incredible in everything that she's in.
Incredible.
But Emma Darcy, I feel like Emmy. Dare
For
I
House
jinx
of the
it? For
Dragon.
House
You're
of the
giving her a
Dragon this
nickname?
season? Cute. I think that they, Emma, she, Rhaenyra, got to separate. I feel like Emma deserves an Emmy for their performance as
Oh,
Rhaenyra.
yeah. I think that they deserve that too.
Yeah.
Love that.
Incredible performance in this season. at
Very
Hockey.
good.
Shall we move on to our next hot top?
Yeah.
Okay. Some television related news. Netflix. We talked about them
Oh my
in our
God.
previous episode. We talked about them. They've been nominated for a few Emmys this year. We also talked about the fact that their first seasons are doing a lot better than their second seasons. People are not continuing on to watch the second season of
'Cause it's
Netflix
trash,
shows.
darling, trash.
A report from the Wall Street Journal has been put out. The Wall Street Journal reports that Netflix is considering introducing live TV channels. This is like back in the olden days, you would log on to Netflix.
Goodbye.
And there would be a constant stream of content. Wall Street Journal says that this is an attempt to increase, quote, subscriber engagement, end quote. What do we think about this? Let me ask you a question, Ben. Would this make you more or less likely to open up the Netflix app?
Less.
Tell me why.
Okay. Maybe it wouldn't have any impact on me because I'm not opening the app at all. But I don't feel like it's giving what they think it's giving. Like, I don't think access to live television is going to make people say, oh, I wonder what's on Netflix right now. Let me just pop it open.
Yeah.
You know, the people who are interested in live TV have a YouTube TV, some other sort of subscription service that they're already paying for.
Yeah.
And people are using Netflix for watching the first season
Slop.
Of shows.
Slop
Of given
and,
show, yeah.
and then signing off.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 10 years too late, and it's also a bad idea.
Damn. I just feel like, what are we doing? You pioneered the streaming era, and now we're going back to cable. We've gone all the way around the bend. This makes no sense. You can't even make 12 good shows a year. Never mind making 12 straight hours of quality content that people are going to want to tune in for live.
Quality is...
Take several seats, Netflix.
Maybe not the goal.
You missed the mark. Try again.
I feel like this is a classic example of disruption is not all it's cracked up to be in terms of like investing in a company. Like Netflix, I think people invested in Netflix and, you know, venture capital, et cetera. People bought the stock, et cetera, because it was presenting an alternative model, which is this binge model, right?
Mhm.
And I think that binge model was only really successful in that it generated this investment. It generated a user base, But then Netflix suddenly had to make a profit once the investment money dried up. And now they're like, oh, we need people actually like interacting with our content more because now there's an ad tier of Netflix. And now it actually matters. Again, going back to like the old days of cable where the main income stream was ads.
Right.
Now they need people to be watching more hours of content rather than just like logging in, binging a show, logging out. And we're back to cable.
Right.
You know, and it's like, what were all of those hand-wringing about the disruption of the industry worth and the devaluing of the theater worth?
Well, it made a very small amount of people extraordinarily wealthy.
So we think it's worth it here on the pod.
No, I'm just saying that's what it was worth.
Yeah, I joke, obviously.
It
Damn.
seemed to me that the live TV model that's been most successful for Netflix has been like sporting events.
Oh, please, they can't even keep up.
Like fights.
They've dropped the signal in so
boxing.
many of those things.
They
It's
have
almost
struggled.
like pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It's almost like pay-per-view now.
That's the only truly live content.
Remember when it would be like Mike Tyson in the round at Madison Square Garden? Pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean, they can't even launch a Love is Blind reunion on time.
Right.
Whoop. Say that part.
So
I have zero faith in their ability to execute on this. They don't have the vernacular they think they possess
I
for
think
this endeavor.
I think this live channel idea is not so much like truly live events. It's more like they're showing content that they have available and they're just running it on a feed.
Oh. Okay.
You
So
into
it's like
that
a
more?
Roku channel? It's like Roku
Yeah.
live TV?
Because like Roku and Tubi and all those types of like relatively free ad supported
Oh, yeah.
services are like growing exponentially in user base.
You know what? I do love those channels because they get specific. I'm the Martha Stewart channel. I'll watch Martha Bakes, Martha Gardens,
So you're saying that you
Martha Living
would watch a
Living
Netflix
with
live.
Martha Stewart. Well, if it was something very targeted that I liked, but Netflix, I don't have too much of that.
I do think that like I am spoiled by I guess I'm somewhere in the middle, right? Like I don't want a binge drop. I would like a weekly drop.
Yes, agree.
But I also like to have control over my viewing experience.
I would just like, this is so much to ask for. I'd like to be able to have cable like we used to, and then like Netflix and Hulu. We still have the ability to stream all those things, but I would like to be able to flip on USA or TNT on the weekend and watch Showgirls for the 25th time.
I mean, that's exactly what Netflix
Or
is
Mean
proposing,
Girls.
right? They're saying like what we have a huge back catalog of films. What if we just had a live channel where you can flip it on, not have to use your brain, and you're showing, name your film.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, well, okay. Yeah, I guess that is the same. Never mind. I was going to argue with you.
it is, but there's kind of a disconnect.
Yeah.
It just almost feels like the two are not linked, and I don't know what they can do to make it so
they have
that's-
a branding and marketing issue because we know them as like drop instant gratification, and now they're trying to do something that is very different than that. It's not
Agreed.
tailored, and so people are like, I'm not seeing that for Netflix.
Yeah, I just
This
can't
was the epiphany I just
imagine.
had. I have to think these things up.
Yeah, I can't imagine going to like a chill kickback on a Saturday afternoon. Maybe it's raining, and somebody's like, "Oh, let me see what's on Netflix." Like,
Not a
let
thing
me
anyone
turn on
says.
the live Netflix channel. Like no one is doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like TNT for sure.
Right.
Maybe The Fugitive is on. Lock
Ooh.
me in for the next
about
2
Ransom?
hours.
The Fugitive on TNT. Let's go.
Yeah. And I will watch. And I'll sit through every fucking 12 minutes of them having a commercial block that is
No
5
problem.
minutes long.
That's why I have my phone.
I'm folding laundry. I'm going to get myself a snickety snack from the kitchen.
Maybe some ice cream.
I love to have ice cream while I watch The Fugitive on TNT.
TNT was really like the golden era for this
Yeah.
type of like TV
Austin
watching. right?
Powers, they always were playing Austin Powers and Austin Powers 2, The Spy Who Shagged Me. Do I make you Randy, baby? Because they had to change it, for cable. Couldn't
Yeah.
say horny on cable.
They had to have the cable cut.
What about Cinemax movies? You remember those like horny like
Skinamax?
Skinemax, yeah. Where they never actually showed much except for boobs.
Yeah. It's like softcore.
My family
That
was not
feels
rich
like-
enough to have any of those premium channels.
That feels just like lap dances to me.
Edging.
I never get the point of it.
Which related to Netflix.
Oh.
Netflix is like the edger of the streaming service.
They sure are.
They never
Really?
get you there,
Yeah, because
but they think they're doing something.
Okay.
You know?
Delete Skinemax from the pod. I just forgot a bunch of moms listen to this.
Geoff, do you know what you've been saying on the pod for years now?
Well. All right, leave it in.
Confused. What moms watch Skinemax?
Oh,
I was going to say
No.
what moms listen to the pod.
Allie's mom told them the other day, she's like, I've been listening to Geoff and Justin's podcast and I really like it. And she was talking about the episode where I was defending Ariana Grande's Eternal Sunshine.
Did she agree?
She was like, I like Ariana Grande.
So do I. Just think the album, Ben and I agree. We didn't really feel it.
Little mid.
So's your face.
Oh, okay. Let's not get into the Ariana Grande conversation. We got a pedal episode coming in the pipe. It'll all come out there.
So's your face. I'm in 7th grade.
Okay, let's move on to our next hot topic, team.
So dumb. Okay, what's our next topic?
The World Cup.
The World Cup needs to take. Oh, I have a vendetta against FIFA.
Okay, all right. You and who else?
These people are on notice. One day, FIFA's executives are going to be enjoying a quiet Sunday morning with their family.
Is this going to be another assassination
Maybe
tale?
they're reading the newspaper. How'd you know? And then their wife's going to say, honey, there's a red dot on your face. What is that? And that red dot is going to be me, hiding in the bushes atop a valley. But they probably live in Silver Lake. I don't know.
A valley.
And I'm just going to be up in the ravine, at the top of
JFK.
the ravine. And I'm going to shoot them right through their fucking terrible mid-century modern.
This is all getting cut. This is all getting cut.
It'd be funnier if you poop dolled every.
Oh, here we go. Here's a strategy. Here's a strategy that I can get behind. We got to be poop dollaring the people.
But poop
Dollar the rich.
Poop dollaring their wives is like kind of funnier than poop dollaring them because they would.
Wow,
get
Ben
involved.
loves misogyny.
Well,
Oh my god, wait, poop dolling them is a great idea.
so funny,
I'm going to poop dollar
especially
every fucking
because
FIFA executive.
dollars are so important to them.
Exactly.
They love it.
They're going for the dollar.
Yeah,
They're going to get
Listen,
poop all over that.
FIFA ruined my life, and
Okay.
here's how I'm going to elaborate.
Sure.
I
We're back
can't
to-
wait. To
we're
hear
back to
about
FIFA.
it. I didn't even know you knew about FIFA.
Oh, Mama, I know what's going on. I clock the T always.
Okay,
Oh, sure,
There's
okay.
no T in FIFA, but go on.
But there are 2 Fs.
And what do
And
they stand
that
for?
is the grade that I give them as an
Oh.
organization.
Oh,
Here we go.
Oh,
okay.
with that double F.
Okay, tell us about FIFA. Jeff.
Okay, FIFA sucks because they just are like, hey, we're doing the World Cup, everybody.
They
Guess
do
what?
that.
We're not paying any taxes, and we're not in any way doing anything to support the communities that we are adversely affected with our drunk fans who are coming in and absolutely, I would say, marauding the towns that host these fucking gigantic conferences.
They're absolutely wrecking
Guess
house.
what? Guess who does pay to wreck the house down? Boots. Taylor Swift. Did you see she gave New York City $150,000 to pay for all the security that was needed around Madison Square
The
Garden?
rare Taylor Swift shout out here on the pod.
Wow.
The rare W. The rare W.
We love a dub from Taylor Swift.
We love T Swift, but listen, sometimes it's hard when they're the billionaire flying their,
But in this case, at least this
private
billionaire
jet
is
from
doing
their
her.
bathroom to the living room.
She's doing her duty and at least paying for her shit.
Yeah, while
Exactly.
FIFA is giving the high towers descending upon Tumbleton.
Ooh, and that's a hot D reference.
That's exactly right.
if you know, you know.
And guess what? All those people who are adversely affected, they go home to nothing and no one.
To a broken arm.
No taxes
when
paid.
they're a weaver.
And that's a
And
really,
that's really
deep
tough.
hot D reference. You really don't know if you don't know.
I don't know.
Jeff, you watched this episode.
The Weaver?
It's okay. We don't have to get into this. We'll talk about it on the Hot D episode.
He's the
Okay.
focus.
The reason that I put the World Cup on the hot topics list
Mhm.
Yeah.
is because, first of all, it's been happening. I feel like people are into it.
It's a
even people that
monoculture.
don't really care about soccer.
Yeah.
They're watching it. They're writing about Cabo Verde. They're getting into it. Also, the U.S. is hosting, so that's like an added
fucking boo, tomatoes,
well, it's not
tomatoes.
just the U.S., it's all North America, I believe.
an added element of
So
closeness.
there's games being played in Canada and
Canada,
Mexico,
Mexico,
as well.
although those are over by now.
Yes.
And the World Cup will be over when this comes out. So congratulations to
Hope I make it
Spain
home.
/ Argentina,
who
whoever
are
it
you
happens
guys,
to
who are
be.
you guys rooting for?
I hope they both lose.
Oh, I
Okay.
thought that England made it.
No, they lost
Damn.
tragically to Argentina. Although, okay, here's my thing about the World Cup.
Okay.
There was a moment this year where it seemed like perhaps one of the underdogs, one of the non-colonist countries, like Paraguay, for example,
Paraguay.
seemed possible. Cabo Verde, for example. It seemed possible for a magical moment that one of these teams might be able to make it to the final or even the semi, right? And for the last couple of rounds, it's just been like the worst countries you've ever heard of in your life.
Yeah. That's how the World Cup is.
England,
Honestly.
the fucking colonizer president of the world. Argentina, Nazi sympathizers, famously.
Truly.
France.
France. I mean,
Enough said.
you know how I feel about the language.
Yeah.
Well,
Spain.
we remember.
Inquisition. What are we doing here? Colonizers of Mexico. Who are you talking to right now? I don't like those guys.
Yeah.
Also, all of the good teams were knocked out really early. Like even the U.S., who like I feel like I have to root for just out of loyalty because I do love America despite all of it.
Yeah. I
And
know.
you had to root for them. They also lost. Mexico lost. I mean, even the bigger teams like Mexico and the U.S. that I could have rooted for in the final out early. And now I'm just like, okay, which of these uber powerful mega teams that are always in the final should I root for? And I can't care enough because
You can't get it up for them.
I really can't.
Also, all of these soccer players have some type of sexual assault charge on them.
Well, yeah, but that's also NFL. That could be any given sport, I feel like.
Speaking of getting it up and sexual assault, this podcast has been sponsored by Blue Chew. Use our code BANTSBLUE in the comments. What? For 20% off your next order of Blue Chew.
It's an incredible ad read, Jeff.
Thank you.
No
And
free
Jeff-
ads, though.
Jeff has a blue mic. So
Was
everything's
that the-
coming together. He's chewing that blue, if you know what I mean.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Okay, also, the World Cup headline that is really grinding my gears lately is this whole thing with Mr. Frump
Oh.
interfering with the tournament. There was a U.S. player who was suspended, who got a red card. When you get a red card, you're suspended for the next match. No question. Doesn't matter how legitimate the red card was, how it happened, what happened. That's just the
There's
situation.
no recourse usually.
None. And he openly admitted that he made a call to the head of FIFA and they just waived the suspension.
Immediately.
This is crazy. I mean, we don't know what was said on the call. We don't know how many dollars were exchanged. FIFA has this reputation. You know, when Qatar hosted the World Cup, there was all sorts of corruption happening there.
Mm-hmm.
Guess where the next one is? Oops, Saudi Arabia. I
Yeah.
wonder how that happened.
That's going to be so fun.
FIFA is so fucking fraudulent.
It's crazy.
It just makes it... I feel bad for the people who actually care about soccer.
Frick and frack.
Because I feel like I can easily just check out of this and I can be like, this is all kind of silly. But I do feel like soccer / football is like a really... I mean, it's like a meaningful sport to a lot of people in the world.
Yeah.
And it just sucks that this is like the pinnacle of that sport,
Football.
run by such a corrupt organization. It's
Yeah.
tough.
That
Yeah.
is tough. Well, FIFA ruined my life today.
Did you ever explain how that
No.
was?
I'm going to tell you now. FIFA ruined my life today. I went to my train station, my local train station, went to get on, missed the train,
As we heard.
tried to buy another ticket. Firstly, this is, you know what? Amtrak is also on my F list, and not in a good way.
Fraudulent list?
Yeah, fraudulent list, not fuck list.
Mm.
They're on my fraudulent
You're not
list.
trying to fuck.
Add them to the many bad men,
Truly.
not the few good.
Not the few good
This
ones.
is a long and growing list. Everybody, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off, actually.
And it'll grow even more if you do that blue chew code.
Blue Chew
Blue
Bants? What was
Bants.
it? Bants Chew?
Bants
Bants
Blue.
Blue? Oh, Bants Blue. There it is.
For 20% off your next order. Okay. The ticket from New London to DC, one way was $447. I said, this can't be real. He said, it actually is, and it's because of the unseen FIFA tax. And I was like, why is everything just skyrocketing? He's like, because they know people will pay it. And that is fraudulent. That is scam Tina Turner. That is, these people need to go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. That is bullshit. You're passing all these costs on to consumers and paying nothing in return.
Have you heard about what people that have Airbnb hosts? Like, if you have an Airbnb and you're in one of these host cities, they are skyrocketing the price for Airbnbs during the same time as games.
So fucking fraudulent. Capitalism is terrible. And these people all should be executed immediately. Let's do it on
Geoff
the National
for
Mall.
So many deaths today on the pod.
So many
Let's
deaths.
do it on the National Mall. Off with your head.
This is when I say that you have fascist tendencies. This is what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, listen, don't piss me off if this is not a problem.
Or Bane tendencies, really.
I was born in the dark.
Maybe you want to sink the field for the final, like Bane did.
Oh yeah, like the Steelers.
That would be more
Yeah.
dramatic, I think, than mass beheading.
And then they would both lose. So you and Justin would both get your wish.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't even.
Citizens of Newark.
I guess I'm choosing Argentina if I have to choose.
But have you guys been enjoying the World Cup?
I have been learning a lot about soccer.
I've been learning a lot about Spanish
Tell me why.
because it's on.
I've been watching on Telemundo
Yeah, Telemundo.
On Peacock?
via Peacock. It's actually the best way to watch English. Like
Goal!
I just
That's my new Spanish word.
goal. Yeah, this isn't also an English word.
I don't think so.
Okay, we'll fact check that in post.
Well, it's goal and goal.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit
Two different
different.
things.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
I would still like somebody to explain to me why offsides is a thing.
I know. I don't get that either.
I
And
have
it
so many
seems
questions
arbitrary
about
when
it.
they call it.
Like how it works, or
I understand.
Why make it a thing?
Well,
Why
I
make it a
understand.
rule?
Okay, I understand that you don't want people camping out by the goal.
Mhm.
Because if you can just have people standing by the goalie
So it's like-
and you just kind of wait for the assist and just like tap it in with your toe or whatever.
Yeah.
However, I'm not exactly clear when the offside rule applies, right? Because sometimes it's like the assist, it's not the
Right.
goal kick. It's like the guy that passed it to the guy that hit the goal. Like even then, even if you like kick it back out and then they kick it back in, that's still offsides.
Yeah.
Is my understanding.
yeah.
And then also, I don't understand sometimes like they only ever check for offsides if there is a goal, right?
Right.
Like they never enforce offsides if the goal isn't made. So it feels like, why are we going through this Like
Yeah.
it just doesn't clock with me how the order of events that has to happen.
You're not clocking that they're standing on business if they're offside.
You're not clocking that they're standing offside.
Definitely not clocking that they're
Really?
standing offside.
I agree. It just feels arbitrary when they like decide to do
It
it.
feels like, oh, we went through all of that, and now there's like somebody's toe was over the line.
Yeah, and they're like,
now,
oh no, sorry, does it count actually?
like I do feel like it's kind of a baseball situation, not to like compare it to another sport, but like
Baseball.
there's
I
certain
think she's gonna
situations where I feel
score.
like by eye,
if you let him to first base, then you are a whore.
I feel like what was that?
You know that little rhyme?
I do.
Baseball. You think you're gonna score? If you let him to first base, then you are a whore.
Guys, so you know how we have all the bases, first base, second base, third base?
Sure.
What's a hand job? What base is that?
That's third base.
Yeah.
But no one says
Third
Wait,
base. Third.
I thought third base was cunnilingus.
Okay, should we just? Well, it's below the belt. Third base is below the belt.
Cunnilingus.
Anything below the belt.
Third base is fingering,
which is below the belt.
but I have never, ever heard girls or anyone who was touching on a penis say I got to third base.
Well, my understanding was always first base is make out. Second base is like touching above.
heavy petting.
Heavy petting above the belt.
Uh-huh.
Third base is heavy petting below the belt. Home is obviously intercourse of whatever type you prefer.
Penetration.
It is very heteronormative. Let's not sidestep
Well, not
that.
only is it heteronormative, but it's from the man's point
From
of
the
view.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, I guess
it's
we
a-
should.
It's a sports metaphor. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's how I've always understood it.
Yeah.
You know, write in if
And
if
where's
you feel
oral?
differently. Oh, oral.
It's like in between
well,
third and
oral
home.
by definition third base, right?
Okay,
Because it's
I
below the belt.
always thought that it was like make out first, second heavy petting, third was anything other than penetrative intercourse, and then home was penetrative intercourse.
Well, what does anything but mean in that?
But you think second base, a hand job would be second base to you.
heavy petting?
So that counts as heavy petting.
What about
Second
fingering?
That's like penetration.
So that's home.
But see, I feel like,
No.
yeah, I'm with Brandy because I feel like hand job and fingering is of the same category. Like, why is penetrative considered more serious than just a hand job? You know,
Fingering doesn't have to be.
Because someone's going
that's
inside you.
Also true, Brandon. Good
No,
point.
No,
Brandy
fingering-
said, in case it didn't come out on the mic, Brandy said fingering does not have to be penetrative. I'm glad that I'm clarifying what my wife said on the pod here.
About fingering.
Quoting brands, yep.
Yeah.
I had to educate. Jeff doesn't know these things.
But honestly, back
It's
then,
true.
when we were doing the first base, second base,
Yeah, there
no
wasn't
one
a
knew
lot
where
of
the
knowledge.
clit was.
Was anybody
yeah.
doing that?
Let's be real.
What, fingering?
For real?
Saying first base, second base?
No, I mean like doing the things.
We're saying fingering?
Were they doing or any of the
Anytime.
bases?
I mean, like, what age are we talking about?
I don't know, in high school.
Have you ever heard of
For
foreplay?
sure.
Yes.
But like a lot of people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody's hitting puberty in high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Me
Jeff,
too.
Whiff of the
What are you
bones.
looking at me like that for? I totally did it. What?
Okay, and I think we should take a break and maybe move on
Let's
to
take a
our main
break.
topic. Let's take a break.
Wait a second.
Oh.
We've got to talk about the disease that is spreading across America. Everybody must wash their produce. Use a vinegar and water solution. Wash, wash, wash. It's the rubbing action that gets it clean.
This is a PSA. Jeff, what's the name of the parasite?
and then you need to rinse it. It's called cytoplasmosis.
And
I'm
Jeff,
pretty
what
sure.
should we be aware of the most when we're in the grocery store? What's looking very
especially-
psychospermiasis?
Think about this.
Laden.
Anything with a lot of little nooks and crannies, any kind of crenellations, any sort of rough texture,
Like a Napa
folds.
cabbage.
We're talking cabbages. We're talking lettuces of all kinds.
Any produce.
We're talking
right?
We're talking Swiss chard. We're talking broccolini, broccoli, cauliflower, all the brassica. We're talking fresh herbs. Any leafy greens.
Cucumbers are very safe if you wash them.
That's exactly right.
Brandy says cucumbers are very safe if you wash
Well, they
them.
sure are, and I'll tell you why. Because they have that waxy, thick skin.
I love a cucumber.
Cucumbers are incredible. I'm growing Persian cucumbers.
I
Oh,
want one.
You could have one.
You can mail it to me when you mail me my Torta Townie hat.
Well, the USPS.
no promises there.
Not so reliable these days.
Okay.
Due to regular and intentional
FIFA.
defunding.
oh,
FIFA.
It wasn't FIFA? Interesting. Okay, Jeff, thanks for that PSA.
Yeah, everybody wash your fruit really
Ben,
well.
Do you have anything to add, Ben?
Wash and rinse.
Nope.
Well,
Let's take a break.
let's take a quick break and we'll be right back to talk about The Invite, which is a movie we actually didn't talk about. That we didn't say that we were going to be talking about that, but that's okay. We'll come right back to talk about The Invite.
I want to see what you just said written down because I didn't follow it.
And we're back.
We're so back.
We love to be back.
And today we're talking about a film.
Bance is back. All right.
The Invite is a new comedy from director Olivia Wilde, who also stars in the film. This was picked up by A24 out of Sundance earlier this year. We covered it on the pod. The screenplay was written by Will McCormick and Rashida Jones, the icon.
Love.
Love.
It's based on the Spanish film The People Upstairs, which is itself based on a play of the same name.
Aha.
It also stars Seth Rogen, Penelope Cruz, and Ed Norton. The premise behind this film is that a struggling couple, Angela, portrayed by Olivia Wilde, and Joe, portrayed by Joe Rogan, are hosting their upstairs neighbors, Pína
Not
and
Joe
Hawk.
Rogan, Seth Rogen.
Oh, right, but his name is Joe.
Right.
The character's name is Joe, portrayed by Seth Rogen. Forgive me.
That would have been a very different movie.
That would have been a
for Joe
very
Rogan.
different movie. They're-
Seth, portrayed by Joe Rogan.
Their upstairs neighbors are coming down for a dinner party. Pína and Hawk, portrayed by Penelope Cruz and Ed Norton. And when they arrive, they offer an interesting invitation to the struggling couple. So, before we get into the movie itself, I would love to know, Ben, you're our guest. What's your opinions on Olivia Wilde's previous work? She previously directed Booksmart, and what's the one with Florence Pugh? I'm blanking.
Policeman something?
Definitely not that.
The one with Harry Styles.
Wasn't Harry Styles he played a policeman?
Something Darling.
No.
Don't Worry, Darling.
Don't Worry,
Don't Worry,
Darling.
She also directed Don't Worry, Darling and Booksmart.
Yeah, he played a policeman in that movie.
No, he didn't.
He was like a researcher in the...
I really don't think so.
I'm
They all went.
Well, there were authority figures. I could see why you think that it would be like a policeman-like role. He's playing like an
Okay.
authority figure in that film. But what do you think of her previous work as a director and as an actor?
So I first learned about Olivia Wilde the way that I assume many people did, which was when she starred in House.
Yes, House
As
Squad Unite.
13.
13.
When he was doing this convoluted interview process to find his new residence.
Yep.
And she was chosen, and then she ended up being on the series for a number of years. And she was strikingly beautiful. She has that cat thing going on. You know what I mean?
The bone structure.
Yeah. And that's where I learned about her. And then obviously she grew up, quote unquote, to be like a massive movie star. I saw Booksmart. I thought it was great.
Loves.
Nothing about Don't Worry, Darling interested me. So I said, I'm going to take a pass.
But
on
what
that
about
one.
the spit? What about Chris Pine?
We couldn't
and
get through
Harry
this episode
Styles?
without talking about the Spitgate.
Of
I need
course,
to know.
the press tour behind it was fascinating, but I was like, I don't need to see this movie.
I still need to know what happened. I still think that he spit on Chris Pine.
There's no way he did. And we can't get into this again because we've already kind of litigated this on the pod.
Ben,
we
I'd love to
disagree.
hear your opinion.
I thought Chris Pine was the spittor
No,
and Harry Styles was the spat.
There is a
the
video
opposite.
of Harry Styles kind of walking by Chris Pine. Chris Pine seems surprised by something. And I'm trying to be as objective as possible about this. Some people think that this is like objective evidence that Harry Styles did indeed spit on Chris Pine.
Well, I would have spit on Chris Pine for the way he was looking on that press tour because I didn't approve of that hair or some of those looks.
Damn. You said I'm the spitter now. Shit. Poor Chris Pine.
Geoff, your thoughts on Olivia Wilde's oeuvre?
Oeuvre. Well, I would say that I loved Booksmart. I thought it was so funny. There was sort of a strange plot line with Jessica Williams playing a teacher who was interested in crossing some professional boundaries, I would say. That was a little bit odd. But otherwise, I thought that movie was great. Really funny stuff. Loved that. I never saw Don't Worry, Darling, but I was excited to see her star in this movie because I've also never watched anything that she was in.
Really? You've never
saw
seen her as an
House.
actor?
Correct.
That's wild.
Wow.
Would she
Not to
was
make
in
a
a
pun.
Transformer?
I don't believe she was in a Transformers film. She was in a Tron movie.
Tron, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Of
It's
similar ilk to Transformers, one might say.
I mean, it's like IP.
Machinery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben's like, I see you.
Vaguely similar.
We're stretching a little bit, but Ben definitely sees you.
I will say that I think Booksmart showed her potential as a filmmaker.
Yeah.
I also am rooting for her because I think that kind of pivot from, you could argue, starlet,
No, I would say
basically
she was typecast as like the sexy
Like
woman.
hot girl.
being known as a beautiful
Yeah.
woman, full stop, which a lot of people in Hollywood are put in that box,
Sure.
to then kind of be discovered as this auteur.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting, and I
Very compelling.
appreciate the pivot, and I'm
Yeah.
like rooting for her to make interesting films.
Yeah.
So I was excited to see this one.
I think that it is relevant to the invite to mention that during the Don't Worry, Darling press tour, I mean, obviously she began her relationship with Harry Styles
Yeah.
during the production of that film.
Because
But
he's
also-
into women, everyone.
Don't forget.
She began a relationship with Harry Styles
Very heterosexual.
during the production of that film. And she was famously served papers from her ex-husband while she was on stage premiering the trailer for Don't Worry, Darling at CinemaCon. So it was like a very like crazy experience for her.
Jason Sudeikis.
Jason Sudeikis is her ex-husband of
Tough.
Ted Lasso fame.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard not to like interpret some of this stuff in the invite through that lens. Like I think
That is so interesting.
A lot of the
that
stuff.
did not even cross my mind.
I mean, can you imagine how messy stuff might have been behind the scenes, given the fact that like publicly she was served in this like public place at a convention, like an industry convention that she was participating in. Like that's
she's next to
wild.
her boyfriend. The ex serves her the papers.
Yeah.
All the cameras are going to be there.
It was like widely reported on.
Very rude.
So a very
Very
messy divorce that happened or split. I think they might have been engaged but not married, but they did have two children together.
Mm-hmm.
So that was very much in my mind. But I agree with you, Ben, that like it's crazy that she was typecast as this kind of like sexy. She was always like the femme fatale type in films that she was cast in. And it's very interesting not just to see that she has transitioned into becoming a director, but also the type of character that she chose to cast herself in for this film, which is a very, not to say like unsexy, because I think like sex is a very important piece of the movie, but like
Very button up.
very button up, not very
Tightly
confident,
wound.
unsure of herself,
Right,
a little bumbling.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see that she chose to take that role and to portray herself in that way.
Let
I
me
think it's
ask you
cool.
something.
Mhm.
Do we believe that there's a world in which Olivia Wilde doesn't know she's absolutely stunning?
Well, I think that this is a great segue into getting into our thoughts on the film. So let's start spoiler free. And
That's going to be tough to do.
well, it'll be brief. But just like very quick, high level thoughts, Geoff. What did you think of the movie? Did you like it?
Loved the movie. Loved the aesthetic. Loved the multiple layers. Loved the little but satisfying twist on the format, let's say, of this film. Loved Penelope Cruz's wig.
Cunt.
So cunty. What about you, Justin?
I went in with high expectations because I had heard some positive buzz coming out of Sundance, and also just like people, podcasts that I listened to, people were like, "This movie's really good." So I went in with high expectations, and really just like in terms of the in theater experience, this is like one of the best movies to watch in the theater.
Oh yeah,
this year.
Sorry,
I was laughing. Everybody else in the theater was laughing.
There was
a
a lot of laugh out loud.
It was a full theater.
Full for me. Packed house. I saw it this
Really?
past Tuesday.
Oh my god, that's great.
Yeah. It was like just such a funny movie, just like moment to moment. It felt like I was on a roller coaster in terms of the turns that the characters took. And it did make me feel old in a way, complimentary, because I was like, this film is entirely taking place in one apartment. And it's all just like characters talking about relationships.
Yeah.
And I'm thrilled.
It was riveting.
Thrilled by this film.
It was riveting.
I felt like what my parents must have felt like when they watched like a drama, like 12 Angry Men.
Yeah.
I was like, this is like objectively like a boring subject matter, but I'm constantly thrilled by the film. So I was blown away by it, honestly. Performances by all four of the actors were like truly incredible.
Yeah.
What'd you think, Ben?
Yeah, I thought it was great. This isn't a spoiler, but the entire movie takes place over a few hours in this evening in one apartment. They're not moving it. I didn't know that it was based originally from a play, but it felt very play
theatrical. Yeah,
like you could see it as a performance.
I was
on
like,
the stage.
this is a perfect stage play.
Yeah, and I think that it's a testament to a skill of the director that it can be so compelling when there aren't grandiose set pieces. It's all just like little
it's just dialogue,
and also just like little techniques that I probably don't know about or can't voice, but you like feel them happening, that it just like keeps you interested in what's going on.
Yeah.
Even though you're not moving in setting and like you're not really moving in plot, quote unquote.
Yeah.
It's all just like taking place in these conversations.
It was like little vignettes that were happening that were kind of keeping things popping around.
Yeah.
And I also thought that the score and the musical editing for this film was great. It did an excellent job, especially like the first act building a lot of tension.
Oh yeah, incredible score. I think I could be wrong. Editor Justin will come in if I'm wrong, but I believe it was the artist Blood Orange that did the score.
Oh,
but under his non-stage name. Yeah,
Solange.
Right.
Yeah. I also, going into it, I have a thing. This may be another unpopular opinion.
Okay.
That I'm voicing on
Seth Rogen related?
Yes. Yeah. It is Seth Rogen related. I feel like he kind of has one thing.
He has one note.
one note, and
He
I was
doesn't have
like,
the
I don't
range.
know that I'm ready for an entire movie of that.
Well,
Sure.
I think that one of the genius things of the movie was that Seth Rogen is the villain, at least in the first act. And I think that that's genius because it puts his whole deal in like a slightly different light than you
It
would
turns it
normally
on
see
its
it.
head, really, because he
Yeah.
always plays like the lovable schlub who's like
Carefree. Yeah.
I can't.
But
do
he
his laugh.
is a schlub. He is
Yeah.
smoking weed.
Yeah.
He does have that Seth Rogen laugh.
But it's all like the things in real life that if you met somebody like Seth Rogen in real life, you'd be like, this guy's probably a burnout.
Everyone,
Yeah.
do your best Seth Rogen laugh.
I'm feeling
Just
really
try it.
on the spot right now.
I did a bad one. You can do a bad one too.
I feel like,
It's just my laugh.
Okay.
It's
I
just
feel
my
like
laugh.
you have to pretend like you've just hit a joint.
Mm.
It's like,
Justin is Seth in France. Justin returns. Oh my god, maybe your cousin Justin should come on the pod sometime.
I can't do the accent. I can't do the
I
accent.
know you'd like, but you know that I'd like to hear you try.
Let's go. Shall we go into spoiler territory now?
We gotta get into the
Let's
spoiler
get into the spoilers.
territory.
It's hard not to, right?
Hard
Let's do
not
it.
to. It's a short film. I love
ooh, another thing that I loved
a
about it.
hot 1 hour 36 minutes.
A little peek behind the curtain. We were considering doing an Odyssey episode this week. And after I saw the invite in theaters, I was like, first of all, everybody's going to be doing an Odyssey episode this week. Let's
Sure.
zag, right? Secondly,
Zag.
I know that Ben and Geoff love a short movie.
Yep,
So
sure do.
I think they're going to love the invite. So I was like, I floated the idea. Geoff agreed.
Yeah.
I'm glad we did because this
Hook,
movie
line, and sinker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into spoilers.
What's up, y'all? Editor Justin here. If you want to skip spoilers for The Invite, you can go ahead and skip to 1:28:15. Let's get back to the show.
Spoilers abound, F-slurs. I want to start because I want to talk about the opening scene of this film.
Okay.
I loved this like very 1970s Partridge Family style intro that they decided to show, where it like showed Angela, the character's name portrayed by Olivia Wilde, showed Angela going throughout her day shopping, picking out a new rug, buying ingredients for like what we can only assume is a feast from the quantity of things that she is purchasing and like the fine high end cheeses that she gets from like a specialty shop and the enormous and impractical vase of flowers that she arranges. Like, I love seeing her putting so much effort into this. And then, like, I watch it and I say, this is my dream day. This is how I want to spend all of my time.
And it's so fascinating that Angela, Olivia Wilde's character, has your dream life and yet
Very
Hates her
unhappy.
life.
hates her life. Yeah.
Very unhappy. Doesn't work. Goes shopping all day. Cooks. Also, I love the scene of her, like this. It's not even a full scene. It's just like a little vignette of like the camera from the oven's perspective. And it's like her crouched down like this, looking into it. And she's like, this is going to be amazing.
Yeah, and
It's
then
so
like it
funny.
comes to pass later in the film that she completely fucking botches, and then just like tries to low key throw it into the trash without anybody noticing. It's
There are
hard.
so many funny
it's-
moments.
It's hard
She
to
chucks
overstate
the whole dish
the
into
entire
the garbage.
dish into the garbage. It's hard to overstate how funny the movie is.
It's
Like
so
it
good.
might be the funniest movie I've seen in the last like 5 years.
Yes. Everybody in the theater was laughing out loudly.
And there's also great moments of cringe comedy too, because I guess like it's kind of in the trailers, but it's a semi spoiler that like Pína and Hawk are there to, I guess like what's the word?
Position.
Yeah, preposition Joe and Angela into group sex. The context behind their meeting is that Joe has been noticing loud sex noises from upstairs, and he's kind of annoyed by it. And Angela, we come to learn, invited them downstairs, and she kind of gaslights Joe, right? She's like, what are you
Mhm.
talking about? I told you that they're coming over, but we learn later in the film that she only asked them that morning
Mhm.
when he was at work. So like this is clearly a very dysfunctional relationship between Angela and
Oh,
Joe. Like
yeah.
they're not on the same page.
No communication.
But Angela kind of just wants to have friends, which is, I guess, kind of sad. And then,
A normal feeling, I would say.
well, it's a normal feeling, but hopefully you would communicate that with your partner, I guess. It's just sad that she would feel the need to lie to Joe about it.
Yeah.
And then Pína and Hawk are down there because they're horny.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think Angela was intrigued because she knew that Hawk was looking at her.
The sexuality of all these characters, I think, is really fascinating to kind of unpack. Man, where to even start with this? Angela and Joe are not having sex, we learn.
Mm-hmm.
Sad. Angela is kind of one of the big twists of the film. Because of the way that their apartments are positioned, Hawk has the eye line to basically be able to see Angela when she comes out of the shower naked. And she's seen him looking at her, and she kind of passes across this window knowingly that he is looking at her, even though she never really makes eye contact with him. And maybe we can come back to kind of the symbolism of the window, which I think comes back later in the film.
Mm-hmm.
It surely does.
Now, we also have Joe, played by Seth Rogen, who clearly has a thing for Pína, because Pina's like, I have noticed you looking at my tits and whenever we're in the elevator together, right? So, like, there is sexual attraction between all four of the parties involved. And, Pína and Hawk probably had a conversation like, well, I'm kind of into her. And then Pína was like, well, I'm kind of into him. Like, let's feel them out, right? And a lot of that first 2 acts of the film really are like Hawk and Pína, they're kind of testing the waters, putting their toe in the water. How likely is it that this kind of group sex situation will work without any messiness?
Right.
I think that the sequencing of the film is interesting because they do that initial breakout where they're like, okay, let me, Pína, hang out with Joe solo.
Yes.
And then Hawk hangs out with Angela solo. But that's before they even do the proposition. But they let the audience know that something is afoot here.
I mean, you feel the
go
chemistry.
under the guise of like Angela is supposed to be giving Hawk a house tour.
Right.
And Joe.
It is Joe, yeah.
Joe just wants to get high, and Pina's like, yeah, I don't need a house tour. I want to get high with you.
Pína was like, oh yeah, can I get some of that?
And boy, did she. Yeah, I also love that, Ben. I felt like it kept it interesting. It kept me engaged. I was like, there was a little bit of tension, right? Because we're like, why are these couples like kind of pairing off with other people? They're swapping.
Yeah.
You know? So it's already laying the foundation for what's to come.
And then I'm trying to remember, is it after they come back all together when Joe is trying to tell them, we hear you guys having sex?
Yes. And then Angela's kind of like, don't bring that up. Don't bring that up. She's like uncomfortable with it.
She's mortified.
And then Joe is like, no, we hear you having sex. And they're like, yeah, we like kind of assumed, like we know, because there's that hilarious bit where their Ring camera captured Joe outside of their apartment.
Oh my God. That was my favorite line of the whole movie. When he's like, yeah, you're on a Ring camera, and he's like pulling it up, and Joe's like, I mean, it probably is like blurry, like they're all blurry. And he's like, no, it's actually 4K. You know? He turns it around and it's just like so crystal clear that he's at their door. And then he like retreats and then comes back and is like listening.
And then he
door.
runs away. Like,
he runs away and then trips. And he's like, oh yeah, and this is the part where you trip over the packages someone left outside the door. It was so funny.
It's just, it is a very funny bit. And then, like, this is the kind of roller coaster aspect of the film.
Yeah.
Is that, like, that revelation could have been enough. We know that you are mad at us for having sex really loud or whatever. And then there's this, like, really great thing about, like, yeah, well, we had our group sex party and, like, it was bigger than it usually is. And that's probably why it was so loud. And then there's, like, one of my favorite shots in the movie, which is, like, sadly, maybe one of the only times where you kind of see why Joe and Angela's relationship works, which is when they both kind of like tiptoe into the den. Angela takes a hit of the joint,
fucking crazy,
which is great.
Yeah,
and Joe's like, "We should have people over more often. This is great."
Yeah,
which is exactly how Brandy and I would react if we were in that exact situation.
Yes.
We'd be like, "We got to debrief about this somewhere else. Like, this is crazy. This is happening."
I also love that scene because it was the first act of the movie is just like Joe and Angela absolutely at odds. She is like apologizing for everything he does, all of his behavior. he is like feeling stifled by her and can't be himself and like be the like honest, direct person that he wants to be. So you're just seeing them being so nasty to each other, and like you're like, why are you guys together? And then seeing that scene, I'm like, oh, okay, we are seeing like vestiges of the love that they once had together.
It might be the only scene outside of the final scene, which we'll get to. But yeah,
and the contrast between the couples is
loved. I put that in my notes. I said the costuming for this film is perfect, as well as the set decoration, and they just like married perfectly well. Their whole apartment is like very muted. Joe's office feels very lived in, and the rest of it feels like very like sterile, clinical, and like put on. Like it looks like a Pottery Barn showroom with her like completely impractical flower display on the coffee table that you can't see the people across the room from you. You know what I mean? And so you're like actually seeing the manifestations of like Angela's need to have an extremely controlled environment. And I think that her dress, the way that she's dressed with like that prairie shirt that like buttons all the way up, she's like quite literally buttoned up, very tense. And to see him also dressed in like the same exact hues that she's wearing, all these creams and like very light denim blues, but his is like kind of rumpled looking, and he has like a shirt and like a schlubby like barn coat on top of it. Like it's just kind of cool seeing them together, and then contrasted with like Pína and Hawk, who are dressed like very elegantly, kind of like international, wearing dark colors, dark tones. Yeah. Like there's a little bit of an edge to them. She has like an outlandish kind of dye job. Like it's just really great costuming.
Yeah, it's great costuming, and I feel like it accents the idea that they come in as the more powerful couple in the first couple of acts. And I think that lasts until maybe the beginning of the third act, which is when things kind of start to unravel. Yeah. But let's stick with the scene that we were talking about where they're kind of explaining the group sex thing. I loved like the conversation that Angela and Joe had where they were kind of both asking like, so how does it work?
Yeah. They were like a little too curious.
Well, exactly. I think that like repressed sexuality is like a big part of the film.
Totally.
And just like what sexuality means in the context of a relationship. It's clear that Joe and Angela are both into the idea of like they want to hear more about the group sex.
Oh yeah, they're very curious,
right? And they're like, "Whoa, what's that like? Like, you know, tell us more."
Work? Yeah,
you know,
what's on the menu?
Even like as they're telling them, they're like, and there's a great pegging joke in there. Of course, you know, you got to have a pegging joke. The process of them explaining the group sex is like in itself kind of a seduction. Right. That way, when the actual explicit invite comes, it's clear to it was clear to me at least that they would be like, oh, they're both going to say yes.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of unhealthy because you can tell that Joe wants to get with Pína and Angela wants to get with Hawk.
Right.
But they're not really interested in each other's experience.
Yes.
Yeah. They are like, should we all do it together? Should we split off?
Yeah. They were talking about like where they would do it, all of that.
Yeah.
But they like immediately are like, oh, let's split off.
Right, exactly.
Like
I think Hawk and Pína like offer it up and they're like, oh yeah, let's do that one.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the scenes that are like solo, or I shouldn't say solo, the duo scenes with like Angela and Hawk in the kitchen. And then there's the scene in the den with Joe and Pína.
With the Sade.
Yes. Sade.
That was so funny to me.
I couldn't look at the screen. I was like, this is so cringe.
It was beautifully cringe.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
It really did feel very Michael Scott.
Oh my God. I think he was just like, thank you for this. What did he say?
Yes, that's what he said. Oh, thank you for this.
And he like forgot that they were supposed to be having sex.
Yeah, and she's like, okay, take off your pants.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, let's get this going.
Yeah, like we're trying to have actually sex here. Let's get moving.
Meanwhile, Olivia Wilde is like, just take me, you know?
But what's interesting is that he's like, she's waiting for Hawk to kind of take action.
Yeah, she's like wants him to initiate.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because we're kind of like, we learned later that like she never initiates, and that's part of the problem with her and Joe's relationship.
It seems clear to me that she just likes the fact that she is being seen by somebody.
Yes.
That she is with somebody that wants to please her. It's kind of like she basically wants to be Pína.
Yeah.
She's like, I want to have the loud orgasms that I hear you having upstairs.
Oh my god, yeah, she kept being like, "We love your orgasms. They're beautiful."
Yeah, we talk about them all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's interesting that we also see Hawk and Pína talk about the fact that, you know, Hawk told Pína that he sees Angela naked in the window, and then they like go and have sex.
Yeah.
Because it's like a sexy thing to them as a couple. The same way that Angela finds it sexy, or at least she is intrigued by the sounds that she hears from upstairs.
Right. I love that like Angela could not even relax enough though to like go from being seen and perceived and witnessed to actually receiving like sexual gratification, because she was like, well, let's turn on the lights, and then she's like laying back on the kitchen island and she's like moving stuff like gingerly around the kitchen, and Hawk is just kind of like going with it and like, okay, like whatever you need to do to chill, but she's just like never gets to the point of actually being able to relax until
she never really is, right? Because then Joe fucks it up.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, are we going to see sex in this movie? Like, I had that thought.
I did not think we were.
I thought so too. I thought that we weren't. I thought it was just going to be something is going to get in the way.
Yeah.
And then it's all going to come crashing down.
Which it literally did.
Much like the bookshelf did.
Yes. Yeah. So it all comes crashing down, and that's when I think when we reach the third act of the film and things really start unraveling. I don't know. I guess like there's a couple of different things that happen. First, like we see Joe's insecurity about his back, which comes into play. Yeah. And like
Joe knocks down the bookshelf in his office, interrupts sex that was about to happen between both
couples.
Both couples, both pairs, and then is like in agony on the floor because his back is all fucked up.
There's a big fight between Angela and Joe that kind of extends almost to Hawk and Pína. And Pína kind of takes her like psychoanalyst role. I think that one of the key scenes of the film was Hawk's monologue.
Loved that.
Which is one of the few moments you mentioned, like Olivia Wilde's expertise as a director. That was one of the few moments where like the directorial eye came into focus for me, because it was like a clear, no cuts shot of Ed Norton performing this monologue. While it was a oneer, it was very subtle. There was no like slow zoom in, right? Where you might think that, you know, a less subtle director might choose to do that. But it was really just like she kind of let Ed have the performance. And then it's immediately undercut by Seth Rogen's performance, where he's like, it's a very Seth Rogen comment where he like undercuts Hawk's whole deal.
Was that when he was talking about his name?
Yes. Why he calls himself Hawk, and he's
Howie.
Howie, yes.
It's like little Howie. Now you're Hawk.
Yep. And I think that, I think he says something like, so what I'm hearing is that your name's Howie.
Yeah.
Really undercutting all of the trauma that Hawk went through and stuff. We learned that Hawk is widowed, and it was like a piece of his healing that
he assumed like a new
name,
version of himself,
a new persona,
along with a new name. Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of mirrored in a way Pina's experience in her past relationship. Like they both went through things to get to where they are now, where they're like so comfortable with themselves and exploring new things. And it just makes it so clear how like much more healed they are than the other couple, especially by the end of the film.
I mean, it's interesting you say that, because I think that Pína and Hawk do have their own issues. Like Hawk, what is he corrects her English, or corrects the word that she uses or something.
Yeah.
And Pína makes the comment of like, you use fucking broken Spanish all the time and I never say anything. And there's like a little mini fight between Pína and Hawk that happens.
Yeah.
And to me, that kind of evened the playing field a little bit, because until then we had seen Hawk and Pína as like this power couple.
Yeah, they lost status after that tiff.
Yeah.
But it shows that they're not perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
But they're working through
as individuals
molehills, whereas the other two are working through mountains.
Yeah.
Or haven't even started working through them yet.
Yeah, which Pína says. She reads them down.
Yep. She's like, this relationship is actually over.
Yeah. But at the end, but I'm not your therapist.
Yeah.
I love that. So good.
Pina's the best character, right? Like,
oh yeah, she's
incredible.
The most interesting character. Though Hawk is a close second.
Okay, Hawk, that's interesting you say that. I feel like Hawk is secret. Like, there's a couple of other things that Pína says during that tiff. She's like, I told you they weren't ready. Like, why did you insist that we come down?
you're viewing him more as like a horn dog.
I think that he was just like turned on by Angela and just wanted to fuck Angela.
Yeah.
And like his whole thing is like wanting to be seen as cool and wanting to be seen as like the person that is, providing pleasure to somebody else.
Yeah.
And like he's in a better place than Joe is, but like he's still definitely like coming from a more selfish place than Pína is in his sexual desires. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Pína's kind of like, I can tell that Joe is interested in me and I'm down for this, but like I'm not initiating it unless something else is like, pushing me to. And I think that like Hawk was that thing that pushed her to in this particular context.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I did kind of like when I think Joe makes a bunch of comments where he's like, oh, you guys are just perverts or whatever. And like of the two, Hawk is definitely the pervert.
Oh, sure.
And now that we're getting into this, I'm realizing that at some point in the movie, they reveal that they've only been together for a year.
Yes.
Yeah. Very short
Which
time.
I think is also part of the commentary here. It's like, you haven't been through enough to have these like giant problems.
There's the Oscar Wilde quote that the movie opens with.
Right.
I forget exactly what it was, but it's something. It's about marriage. It's a very bleak.
It's like, I
marriage.
believe in love, and that's why I'll never get married.
Exactly.
Something
That's
like
it.
that.
That's
to that
it.
effect.
Yeah.
Yep. One should always be in love. That's also why one should never be married.
That's it. That's definitely it.
Yeah. Also, do we think there's any relation? Olivia Wilde, Oscar Wilde.
Great question. I didn't even think of that.
Oh my god, this is like National
actually
Treasure
not
3.
kidding. I'm not actually kidding.
Is there a National Treasure 3?
No.
If not, then this should be the premise of it.
Right.
It's a great question.
From the
and I
mind
don't
of
know.
Olivia Wilde. It's National Treasure 3. In a world where Oscar Wilde and Olivia Wilde are distantly related.
I wanted to ask you guys what you thought about at the very end when she goes in to get their dish to return it.
Love this part.
And then they come back and then they're just gone.
Loved this part.
Well, this was not produced by A24. It was just picked up by A24 and distributed, but it's like the A24 moment of the movie, right? Where it's like, were they all a figment of Joe
that's
and Angela's
exactly
imagination?
What I was thinking.
And I think it's supposed to be ambiguous, right? My preferred read is that Pína was like, I'm going to ask her to get the Tupperware so that we can make like an Irish exit.
Right.
That's my preferred read.
Yeah.
Mine too.
I also saw it as kind of like when it comes to these issues, like no one else is going to help you fix them or help you get that closure. Like, like they can help you identify them or maybe talk them through, which I think happened towards the end of the film.
Yep. Yeah.
But ultimately, like taking that step of solving them or like wanting to solve them is all on you.
Yep.
She was like, Hawk, our work here's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we already talked about it, and we're not fucking tonight.
Yeah.
So let's get out of here.
Yeah.
They get one of these.
Yeah. And after you brought this up earlier, but I couldn't help but think about Olivia Wilde's real relationship. There are just so many similarities. Like they have children. They weren't able to work through some things. She went on this press tour where she was being interviewed, and she talked about how he didn't get her anything for her birthday. And she was like, well, why didn't you get me anything? And he was like, Olivia, how am I supposed to know what to get you? I don't even know you. And this was after they had been together for many years.
Have had 2 children.
Yeah. And it was just like,
that's crazy.
This is clearly why, in my opinion, why this subject matter called to her.
Right. It's something that she clearly had a resonance with.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, after they kind of disappear, after Pína and Hawk disappear, Angela and Joe, it seems like they have come to the conclusion that they should get a divorce.
Right.
Yeah.
And Angela's like, I can't clean up tonight. Like, I'll clean up tomorrow, whatever.
Which
couldn't be you.
Cannot relate.
I know. I think we're just seeing her so downtrodden at that point.
I mean, that exhausting of a night, I think I'd be out.
No.
I'd be
not
going to
me.
sleep.
I'm with you, Ben.
You can run the sink a little
I'll be
bit.
cleaning. I'll be cleaning.
And then we see Joe go into his den and he opens up the piano, which is kind of like Chekhov's piano, the whole film, because he says that he's like, I think there's multiple references. He hasn't opened it. He used to be the singer of a band that is kind of defunct now.
Yeah, the piano represents his failed hopes and dreams, and so they avoid it. And she even said, "Your fucking piano in there that you had to have that we never talk about, you don't play anymore."
Yeah.
She's like, "We just dance around this all the time."
But he starts playing it.
And similarly, She was like, I'm okay with my house being in total disarray for the night. I'm just going to bed. So like they both had like a little bit of like a switch.
Well, sure, but the final scene of the film,
Yeah.
Angela joins him by the piano.
And they're playing the duet from the beginning.
Right, and this is something that I loved about the movie.
Yes.
Apparently, this was on the Big Pick podcast. I think she talked about this, but there was a scene that they had filmed that was a flashback to their first meeting, or at least to an earlier time in their relationship, and they had been doing this duet. And my impression is that we only hear it in audio, like over the opening credits, where they're playing this song. And I think it was just a great element of like seamless exposition that they were able to kind of clue us in that they, first of all, A, did at one point have a happy relationship, and B, that they knew this song together.
Yeah.
So that when, we have this resonance at the end of the film and she plays with him, it has this added meaning that kind of like didn't require a complete flashback scene. That flashback scene was never, edited into the film. I think just the audio was used in the beginning.
Well, I think that the thesis of this film was about breaking down walls. We first see it, I think, stay with me here. We first see it when they're talking about breaking into the second apartment and expanding their apartment. There's a point in time where she is standing in like the old part of the apartment and Hawk is standing in the new part of the apartment. So it's like showing like a transition into a new kind of time of life, that kind of thing. And then he's like, okay, I'm breaking open my piano after years of not even wanting to touch it because it just had bad memories for him. She's like letting go of control of her domicile, and they're like finding each other again, breaking down the walls.
Interesting. And you think that they're finding each other again for good?
Well, I don't know.
Well, that's an interesting question.
I think that's part of what's great about this film is that it does kind of leave it up to the viewer to determine like what we think the ultimate outcome of this series of events is.
I think it's kind of like there's two axes here, right? There's like first axis, are they together or are they not?
Right.
Are they going to stay together or are they going to break up? And then the second axis is like, is it an optimistic film or is it a pessimistic film? Because you can imagine, it's pessimistic about marriage and they break up. You can also imagine it's pessimistic about marriage and they stay together.
Sure.
You can also imagine it's optimistic about relationships, but they break up and they've now discovered themselves, right? So it's this like very interesting Rorschach test, I think, depending on who you ask.
Right.
I don't know. I think it might depend on like what state of relationship you're in and like your personal philosophy on stuff. But like when I came out of the film, my thought was that they're breaking up, but it's an optimistic. Like they're kind of saying like, I see who you were and I'm now moving past that, which at least aligns with what Olivia Wilde's experience was based on like the interview she's given after her divorce and stuff like that, or not divorce, but her split with Jason Sudeikis. But I feel like that read could really change from person to person. What did you think, Ben?
I had a similar read. I think that it was a recognition of the good times that they shared, that
I agree.
She could kind of ignore what was in the air to just have this moment with him. And obviously they're going to be in each other's lives forever. I mean, they have this daughter. I love that we didn't meet the daughter.
We didn't meet the daughter.
Too.
I love
so
it.
good.
Ben hates children.
Not just because I don't want to see that child or that child actor, but it's just the movie was about them. It wasn't about their kid or
that was just an element of who they are.
Right.
Yeah, and
we didn't need to see the child. That would not have added any value to the movie.
Right.
But I do think it adds some like context as to why they don't have these types of nights often, why they don't have friends over very often, right? It's like, this is our one shot, like why Angela would have made this random proposition to this couple on this particular night.
Yeah.
I also just want to bring up quickly, because I did mention the window before, but the window is like, I think, an important symbol in interpreting the movie, because the window is where Hawk sees Angela through. And the window is also where Angela sees Joe play the piano, right? And I think that like the intent of that, the way that you said it's kind of like breaking down walls, what's the opposite of a wall?
A window.
A window.
A little look-see in.
And I think it's...
Hello there. I see you.
Come to my window.
Whoa. That went a little share.
That's karaoke on
I would
Saturday.
say very share.
Yeah.
Book it.
I think that the thesis of the movie is really about how we see each other and how you stop being seen at a certain point in a toxic relationship or in a dysfunctional relationship.
Yeah.
Because I think that was Angela's issue, right? She wanted to be seen. And she was only ever seen by Hawk. And that's why she invited Hawk and Pína over. And it was only when she saw what Joe once was that she had that moment with him at the piano. So I thought the window was like kind of the skeleton key that unlocked the movie for me. I thought it was a great thematic symbol, I guess. So
I have one last thing to say,
sure.
and I'm sorry, but I had never before thought that Edward Norton was hot.
Oh,
But in this movie, he was really doing it for me.
Okay.
He was
That's so
really doing it for
interesting.
me.
I like definitely saw like a little bit of appeal, but to me, he was like one of those guys who you're like, this is not a relationship.
And that's fine.
We can have fun together,
And that's fine.
and that's it.
He could be...
You know what I mean? Like, I could see a bit of an appeal, but I also am like, you're a little fucked up. You know?
Yeah. But he's here for a good time, not a long time.
He's definitely there for a good time.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
for sure.
not for
That's
a
all
long
that he's
time.
about.
Yeah.
The Hawk character is kind of like a defense of the midlife crisis in a lot of ways. Like his little monologue of like, I reinvented
100%.
myself because I need to do this to exist.
Absolutely.
Like all of this like discourse about like guys starting podcasts and like DJs.
Damn.
I'm targeted here.
Justin, 2 for 2.
Extra targeted.
I'm super targeted.
Both eyes.
And it's like all of these stereotypes. It's like, well, it's because it's fulfilling for me to do. Like I call myself Hawk because it's like nice for me to do that for myself.
Yeah.
And it's like a little bit sad, but it's also like this is what he needs to do to like find enjoyment in life.
But you know what? We love reinvention.
Yeah.
What about Madonna? Oprah Winfrey? Martha Stewart?
Penelope Cruz.
Absolutely Penelope Cruz.
Does she age?
How old is she?
Vampire.
Also, whew,
Wow.
Smoke show.
absolute smoke show in this film.
Vampire.
She should have been in
Also,
Challengers.
I would say quickly, the only queer character in the film.
Oh, yeah. True.
So I do think that is, although we know that maybe Angela might be a little bit queer.
She's questioning.
Yeah. I was wondering about this because I feel like a lot of the relationship dynamics that are explored in this film are very straight relationship dynamics. And it's funny that like Pína is the only character that's able to kind of cut through them and explain them, being that she's the only openly, queer character in the film.
I think that was important to mention. And we love representation.
Well, what do you guys think? Good film?
Loved
Good
it.
film.
It's getting a 93 from me.
Wow.
Damn, we're going into out of 100 ratings. Okay.
Okay. I think for
Or
me...
9.3 if you're nasty.
I think for me, it's getting an 8.5.
Oh.
Oh. A little more discerning than I guess.
I gave it 5 stars on Letterboxd. So that's a 10
Wow.
out of 10 from me.
Wow. So you would give it 100 out of 100?
I mean, I didn't realize you were doing a 100-point score here.
Well, I said 8.5, so...
So you're giving it a 10.
Yeah, I'll give it a 10. 10 out of 10.
Wow,
Okay.
is this the first 10 out of 10?
I think it might be in general on the pod.
I think it is.
Yeah. In terms of awards, I feel like it's not really like a super Oscar movie, but I do think it is on the short list for screenplay. I think adapted screenplay.
Oh, definitely.
It's giving 5 nominations, no wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could definitely see Penelope Cruz getting a nomination.
I could see like a best supporting for Ed Norton or for Penelope Cruz. For
I
sure.
definitely see it for Penelope Cruz. But Ed Norton, yeah, maybe with that monologue.
He's like Hollywood loves him, you know?
They love a white man.
And he's hot.
As we've discussed.
Well, I think we should discuss what we really loved in media this week.
Well, let's take a quick break and then we'll come right back and do that, Geoff.
Okay. And we're back.
We're so back.
And we're so ready to discuss what's good.
We are.
Justin, you always start.
Okay.
What's good?
Cutting right to the chase. Okay, well, I have a book to share today. It's a book that 2 of my colleagues here in the room have also read. Well, one of them is my wife and one of them is my close friend.
Yerp.
And one of them can't read.
That's right. The other one can't read. So this book is called The God of the Woods. It's by Liz Moore. Came out 2024, I believe. This is a mystery thriller book. It's 1975. We're at Camp Emerson, which is a summer camp located in the Adirondacks of New York. The owners of this camp are the Van Laar family, and their daughter, Barbara, is attending camp this summer. It's near the end of the season, and the counselor who's in charge of the bunk where Barbara's staying finds that Barbara's bunk is empty. And that's the premise that begins the novel. First of all, this is just like an incredible page turner. I read 300 pages of this on my car ride back from Connecticut last weekend while Brandy was driving. I can't remember the last time that I read something that fast. It was like truly, I had to know what happened. So it's just really great in terms of just like a propulsive thrill ride. Honestly, the best comp I can come up with not thematically, but stylistically is Stephen King. Because it's very nostalgic. It takes place in the 70s, takes place in a summer camp, which is like, for me at least, a very nostalgic, vibey setting.
Yeah, we love to camp.
It also has like a very
as children
uncomplicated, simple view on politics. It's a love letter to like second wave feminism. Many of the point of view characters are women that are being restricted by the gender norms of the time. And actually, many of them are being liberated by second wave feminism. So like one of our main characters, Judy, who's a police officer, one of the first investigators in the New York State Bureau of Investigation. She is like the lead investigator on the case. And she's only able to take that role because of like the recent political changes of the 70s. We also have the character Alice, who is Barbara's mother. And she is like the cautionary tale of what happens when you let gender roles control your entire life.
Love her.
You love her.
Yeah.
I found her frustrating as a character.
I mean, she's frustrating if you are rooting for her in any way or rooting for her to be good.
Yeah.
But she is certainly compelling.
I found her like depressing because she's a tragic character. Right.
Yeah.
And all of the other characters in the book, they have some kind of arc where they're either finding themselves, like we have Barbara's bunkmate Tracy, who goes through this like pretty formative experience at summer camp and like finds that her voice, basically, right? She finds that she's able to be herself and still be liked. And I think that that's very important. Mm-hmm. We also have Louise, who's the counselor that finds Barbara's empty bunk, right? And she's kind of held back by some of her own internalized misogyny, and then comes to find like, oh, maybe I should be more like sexually free and not let my own baggage hold me back.
All right, this is a book club. We gotta speed this up a little bit here.
I was about to say, I was like, Geoff over here is apparently.
I want to read this book, and we're talking about the whole plot.
I'm not spoiling anything. There's a lot. Trust me, there's a lot in this book.
There's a lot.
The twists and turns are crazy.
Okay.
So like, I'm not spoiling anything, but my point is that thematically, this book is very like rah rah, second wave feminism rules, and it feels like a response to like the trad situation that's happening right now. It feels like we actually had it really bad not that long ago in like the 60s.
Yeah.
Like,
Lest we not forget.
There's a whole chunk of Alice's storyline that takes place in the 60s where she's like completely just fucked up.
Yeah.
You know? And it's largely because of the expectations that are put upon her because of her gender. So, yeah.
Be not mistook, Mormon trad wives on TikTok.
And speaking of rebelling against gender roles, I love that you read and Brandy drove.
Yeah. Every once in a while.
That's feminism.
Brandy would disagree.
She's like, I want to sit in the passenger seat, girl.
Exactly.
I like to see.
But yeah, it's a great book. I highly recommend it. It's being adapted into a Netflix miniseries where Maya Hawke is starring as Judy.
Okay.
So
like Maya Hawke.
Keep an eye out for that. I'm quite excited.
Good actress, cool. Young actress.
Yeah. You gonna read it, Geoff?
I think I am.
You should.
Well, because it's right there, and I think I'm gonna borrow it. I plan to read on the train, but FIFA wouldn't want that to happen.
Well, maybe you can get the audiobook version.
I suppose I could do that. I do have a 7 hour drive.
Look into it.
6 hours is very optimistic.
I got here in 6 hours and 36 minutes today.
That's impressive.
That's pretty good.
That's impressive. Geoff,
Yeah,
you had a, I would say, unexpected drive to DC
sure did.
this morning. I would love to know how your week's been otherwise. What's been good with you this week?
Well, I have been listening to Ashley Simpson.
Never heard of her.
What?
I'm joking.
Okay.
You thought I was serious?
I don't know.
That's Ashley double E.
ASHLEE.
E.
Because she's a little alt. She's a little bit alternative.
She's doing things a little differently. She's not like those other girls.
Not like her sister.
She certainly was not like those other girls at the time. She dyed her hair really dark. She was wearing heavy eye makeup. She was doing like that scene hair before it was like really a thing.
It was a thing.
Was it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a thing when she started doing it.
Well, there's nothing wrong with pandering to a captive audience.
When she was with Pete Wentz, like the world couldn't handle that much scene hair.
There was a lot of
That's why they had to
side
split
bangs.
up.
There was so much blogging happening around that relationship.
Does
so much
everyone
blogging.
remember that Pete Wentz is like part black? One would never know.
I certainly didn't even know
What?
that ever.
I think I did know that.
He is. Look it up.
No, he's not.
Look it up,
Brandy
Mr.
does not
Producer.
believe it.
Brandy's gonna look it up on the computer. We're like every real podcast. We have a producer who's gonna like fact check in real time. For
We have a
us.
producer who's begging us to finish this fucking podcast.
Fact
We have a
check,
producer who's fast falling asleep.
fact check Pete Wentz's blackness percentage, please.
Please.
All right, Geoff, can you speak more on
We're
Ashley
doing the
Simpson?
one drop rule.
I'm gonna search Pete Wentz black
Question mark. That's perfect.
Geoff, let's talk about Ashley Simpson. What are you talking
Well,
about here?
Ashley Simpson has some fun music, and while I
Name
was
'em.
driving down here today, how about Pieces of Me?
Oh, bang.
How do you know?
We can put a clip in. We don't have to sing it.
I have his
Okay.
lineage.
Okay, let's hear it.
They're getting a little bit
I'm
eugenics
guessing
here.
Irish and black. It's always Irish and black.
Yes, Pete Wentz is biracial, with English and German heritage on his father's side and Afro-Jamaican roots on his mother's side.
Mm,
And now we know.
now we
Cool.
know.
We have to teach the children. This is like Silo.
Okay, can we continue on with Ashley Simpson's
All right.
discography?
Well, okay. How about La La? You make me wanna la la on the kitchen and the floor.
I feel the need to remind you that we can put clips in.
You make me wanna lie in the kitchen on the floor. I'll be your first.
Okay, well, Angela was not trying to get La La in the kitchen, that's for sure.
Oh,
But
I think
Ashley
she was
Simpson-
trying to get Lala in the kitchen.
Well, she didn't have any follow through, so that was tough for Angela.
Tough for her. Tough for her.
And even tougher for Hawk.
I think Hawk is fine.
yeah.
I don't know. Hawk was horny as hell. Anyways, Ashley Simpson's music and just that era of music. So I listened to those two songs, and then it started like, you know, Spotify was just like making up a playlist for me, and there was so much fun music in that era. Michelle Branch. I love Michelle
We're
Branch.
getting a little bit.
It's like alt girl music.
So your what's good is alt girl music.
Alt girl
We're
music.
getting a little bit. We're not really focusing in on a specific thing here.
Well, I thought those two songs for Ashley Simpson were pretty good, Justin. That's good enough for me.
Okay, so those two songs by Ashley Simpson, La La and Pieces of Me. All right.
Yeah.
Two
Wow.
bangers.
Ben,
Yes.
this is your fifth time in the pot. Are you 5 timers
It's at
club?
least 4.
I think
Okay.
it might be 5.
Damn.
So we had
Ben, part of the exclusive 5 timers club.
first one was Best Music of 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Best Music 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
This one, 5.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Ben's part of the 5 timers club. Let's
Lucky number
give it up.
5.
Third
We're going
chair.
to give you a really tacky bathrobe that has a number 5 on it, just like they do in SNL.
And since I'm such an established guest, I feel that I can say
Mm.
that I don't like either of those Ashley Simpson songs.
This is crazy behavior.
Betrayal!
Fuck.
Sorry about it.
I don't think you are.
I'm not.
You're mean.
Pieces of me.
We know that you're not really into that type of music. We talked about this on the
It's
Lord
good.
episode.
Yeah.
It's not your thing.
Yeah, but that Lord album was my thing.
What about
going
Hillary
back.
Duff?
I like Hillary Duff.
Now
okay.
we can find common ground with anyone, folks.
I like Hillary Duff.
I would love
Go
to.
when I want to put butterfly clips in my hair.
It's very specific.
I like that.
Her song Mature got me together.
Really?
Yes.
I thought it was all right.
Let
I didn't
the
love it.
rain
That's exactly right. We're entering Brandy's
the mic?
delirium phase. She's going to turn to the gremlins soon. All right, Ben. Well, I think your opinion of Ashley Simpson is valid and tough. But I would like to know what your opinion is of what is good this week.
Sure. So what is good with me this week is a new-ish, it's about 3 weeks old now, maybe 2 weeks old, a single from an artist that I love, whose name is Lucky Day. I've talked about him on the pod before, I believe. He is an R&B artist from New Orleans. I've been following his career for 6 or 7 years now. And yeah, he just makes great music. I feel like every album he has like a surprising new twist to his sound. But the thing that is of note for me is that he works with the same producer across all of his music. So he has a new single called Nowhere Fast, which is the debut single after he has signed with a new label. And he will be releasing a new album in the fall sometime, it's rumored. And the song is about not feeling pressure to speed through endeavors.
Make 'em wait. I know they got you rushing, but it ain't no race. Why you flying through my mind?
So it's basically him like talking to a girl, but also kind of talking to himself about how you should take your time, not feel pressured to speed up. Like basically like the best things in life come when you're patient, when you're thorough, when you're methodical. I feel like it's probably a thinly veiled reference to perhaps his previous label and his experiences there. I do think that he has gotten his creativity out in his last few albums, you know, but maybe he felt a little stifled by them. I'm not sure. It's definitely a groove. It's more of like a slow groove. I think it's more reminiscent of like his first mixtape, which was called Painted. The album art is absolutely amazing. He has this giant high top fade that's like 12 inches tall. So I'm wondering if he's going to kind of do like a retro type sound with this new album, which I would really be into. There's a groove. It's not really like up tempo, but it feels like when you're like back home in your old neighborhood, driving real slow through like streets that you know, it's like nostalgic, but also it's propelling you forward in a way. And it's all about like taking your time. So the song is great. That artist is great. If you have a chance, check him out. His name's Lucky Day. The single's called Nowhere Fast.
Love that title.
Yeah, it's a cool song. I listened to it a couple times in prep for the pod. It's a bit of a head nodder.
For sure.
know?
A bit of a head nodder.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's got some wordplay. There's some stuff in the production that's cool. He kind of switches it up between the first verse and the second verse in terms of like his flow, what he's doing. So anyway, he's always an interesting artist to me. I'm excited for the album to drop in the fall. So I just wanted to plug his new single.
Lucky Day.
Lucky Day, Nowhere
Lucky Day.
Fast. And you can listen to that anywhere that you can listen to us.
Is
Delete that.
true?
Delete that.
I was going to say you can listen to that on our What's Good Spotify playlist.
Oh, that's so
which
true.
is linked in the show notes. So go listen to that now.
We love our Spotify playlist.
Yeah, we
How many
are
songs do we
maintaining
have
that.
on there now?
It's like 100 something now.
Gotta be 100.
Yeah, it's quite
at
a few.
least.
Lucky day. It is a lucky day because we have Ben and Brandy joining us on the pod, Geoff.
And we love that. We love their company.
We do. Brandy, do you want to say a couple words before we close?
Sorry, Geoff did just a really awkward handhold thing.
Blaming Geoff.
It was a little awkward. I witnessed it.
Anyway, happy to be here. Happy to produce. It's my bedtime, so let's wrap this
Brandy's
shit
saying,
up.
"Get out!" All right,
You get out of here.
I'll do the credits. This has been Bants with Geoff and Justin. Bants is created and produced by Geoff Taylor and Justin Benavides. Graphic design by Geoff Taylor. Editing by me, Justin. The theme music for Bants is the track Nebraska With You by Sam Day and is provided by No Copyright Sounds. Email us at bantspod@gmail.com with any questions, recommendations, or just to say hi. If you like the podcast, rate and review us on Apple, Spotify, or YouTube. And tell your friends. Bye.
Bye. Anything else on FIFA?
FIFA faux fum. I smell someone who's like a stinky bum. Delete that too.
No.
Delete all that.
You gotta keep that.
Delete it all.
I really that's gonna be the closer after the music. You know, that's the end credits.